The capital, Gaborone. This is BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am Khomotso Mapani. Interpreting in sign language is Gilibungi Babiteng Okatusa. Let's take a look at the headlines. 25 lives lost in road accidents so far. The Pula external value maintained. And sports associations applauded for good performance. At least 25 people have died in road accidents since the beginning of the festive season. This was noted by the Police Director of Traffic, Senior Assistant Commissioner Pilane Sibiri, in an interview with BTV News.
Ale masoma mabedi le botlhano 25 ke bua hela ka matshelo a re latlhegetseng ha gare gala botlhano wa di 22 le la bobedi wa malatsi a mabedi a fitile mo ngwagong o fitile ha ke ka fa ile sekai go tswa hela mo ona malatsi a ka ona ha re simola operation ya Keresemose le New Year ira ha New Year ya go wela re ne re latlhegetswe ke matshelo a le 19 le somela bofera bo mo hela 90 holiday yotlhe Jano hompieno ke bua ka dikotsi tse go di diragala hela mo sephatlong sana go entsenyelo se re latlhegetswe ke matshelo a le 25 mme mo re ne re bona gore ke matshelo a le 25 dikotsi tsona di ne di le 18 a o ka la tlhoko ke la ntlha re bona re nna le dikotsi tse leng goreng tse di bolaileng batho kotsi le nngwe e ama matshelo a heta bongwe hompieno ha ke ka fa se ka ihela go thamaga re ne ra latlhegelwa ke matshelo a bo mme ba le babedi mewa ya bona e robala ka kagiso bona ba thutswa ke motho go tlo go ko maung go bapale ko tshanoga mo kotsing le nngwe hela ga la tlhaga matshelo a le mararo go kotsing le nngwe ko molepolole malatsi a mabedi a sa tswang go heta ga la tlhaga matshelo a le mane 4 mo kotsing le nngwe ko Masunga mo malatsing wena ka nako ya Keresemose ga tsama matshelo a le 5 ke gore hela mo dikotsing di le 4 go tlhokatsa batho ba le 14 ke gore go mo ke se mo se tsitsibanya mmele se se reng motswana mo gongwe le ena a simola ipotse gore a mmele nna a ditsile go tsena gonega.
Shakawe police say the Christmas holidays went well despite 12 drivers being arrested for disobeying traffic rules. On 2 incidents, 2 people, a young lady of 23 years, died in a car accident, while a 19-year-old man was found hanging from a tree. Tiny Tukudu.
Although Shakawe played host to various festivals over Christmas holidays, the police say the village was generally peaceful, except for some traffic offences registered and 2 other cases in which lives were lost.
23 ne ra nna le ra amogela boikuelo go tswa ko gane gore go bona re mongwe o ngwaga tse 19 a lepeletse mo stari ne ra ya kwa a tsewa a iswa spatele ba supa gore no motho a sa thola le teng mo botshelong ya re ka di 24 phakela ra bigelwa kotsi e mo go yone go na ga tokala mme wa ngwaga tse 23 mme mo kolo ya teng go na le batho ba ne ba le 7 mo kolo ya teng mme bothe a ke bua jana ba setse ba ntse mo spatele di 25 gone ne ra nna le di case la tse 12 za traffic.
Okavango residents are urged to maintain the good conduct they displayed over the Christmas holidays.
Re ngwaga di kgaogana ka di 31 re leke go itshwara sente o ska ga tibiwa ditsela ka dithini ka matapa jaaka go tokotire ka dingwaga tse dingwe o te go dira ga dingwaga tse dingwe gape le boitshwaro bo ne bo siameng.
Motorists are urged to be vigilant and exercise utmost caution while driving, especially at night, to avoid road accidents. Tiny Tukudu, BTV News, Shakawe.
Member of Parliament for Kanye South, Dr. Lemogang Kwape, has encouraged families to cherish the spirit of coming together during Christmas, an Asian practice that strengthened family relations in the olden days. Dr. Kwape said this during a Khotla meeting in Kanye, where he had partnered with KFC to donate food hampers, blankets, drinks, as well as snacks to some of the less privileged residents of Kanye and surrounding areas.
Dr. Kwape, together with KFC Company under their charity organization called Ed Hope Trust Fund, managed to gift blankets, drinks, food hampers, snacks and toiletries to cater for 100 families.
Anne le gore a itatse menwana ikele ntlhoko mo dirukutling banana se tsamayeng bosigo lwa tantshing ba lo kukunela ko bogolo jang lona ba basetsanyana nna mo malwapeng lwa pe dikhana-khana loje ke one khirisimose eo
go sego letsogo le la bang go na le la amogelana ra lo leboga go dira tiro e kalo ga se le segoela la ga mthonyana a reka pudi karota go na le mabaka a re dumelang gore a lo gorositse gore le tse tshwetso e ntseng jalo.
The Ed Hope Trust Fund says they are grateful to KFC customers who assist them with funds to enable them to successfully give back to the community.
KFC, can you please give a 2 pula to help a less privileged child?
The nation is advised to be temperament and ensure best safety standards during this time of celebrations to avert any setback. BTV News, Kanye.
The Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohwane, says it is important for the community to recognize and appreciate the role played by elders in nation building. Mr. Tsohwane said this when gifting Tere and Raycop's pensioners, where he had also organized lunch for them. Sabayetseng Teboho.
Christmas and New Year holidays is synonymous with the spirit of compassion and love, especially to the less privileged members of the community. As for the elderly of Tere and Raycop's villages, they have received gifts from the Vice President, who is also their Member of Parliament, as well as being treated to a lunch.
Ba tshegedise kagiso ya lehatsele molao mongwe ela o le tshwanetse la o itse ga te tota mmago le rrago gore malatsi a gago jaanong ga le dira yana le phuthegile yana le tlile go ba tota le tlile go bona gore ba ja eng le tlile go ba neela dimpho ke gone gore yaanong le lona le bo le segodiwa re tsamaya jaana modimo a re menokeng
The Vice President also shared some of the challenges facing the nation.
Bana ba tetse boitaolo go di polano ga gona tuto mo malwapeng ga gona botsogo mo malwapeng mme dio tse tsotlhe re ka di kgona yana re ka boela mo tsamaisong ya modimo.
The leadership for the two villages commended the Vice President's gesture for appreciating the elderly.
Re leboge ka impotse ke se bolele go bona motšhata o tona gore ere o ntse o tsamaya go ntse o itse gore nyame ke na le bagolo
re lebogele bopelona magadi ja gago bopelotheri ja gago go lemoga batsadi ba e leng gore ke bone bathai ba lehatshele
go lebega e le gore mo kgaolong ya rona re tana le ditharolo tse e leng goreng di tla goroga mo kgaolong mme go batla re tshwaragane re le morage re ditane re bone gore a ditharolo tse di ka se di re thuse mo isagong.
The Vice President challenged Botswana to normalize giving to the disadvantaged communities as the Bible supports the noble gesture, hence the affirmation that blessed is the hand that gives than that receives. Sebastian Teboho, BTV News, Reikops.
Molapole residents have been applauded for displaying good conduct during Christmas holidays. Speaking in an interview with BTV News, Molapole Police Station Commander, Superintendent Jacob Molapong, said the village was in a calm state. Superintendent Molapong implored the residents to continue with such good conduct when ushering in the new year. Jessica Bilani.
Christmas is the time to connect and enjoy with friends and families, as most of the people take time away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. In Molepolole, a few criminal cases were recorded during these holidays. However, the police say this is a result of the good conduct shown by residents throughout the festive season.
le go itisa maitišwana a tswala sentle ka dinako ne go sena re kgopetso teng le ba madirelo a bojalo seemo sa borukhutlhi mo motseng ma se ne se le botoka hela jaaka e se ke tlhagisitse gore re tswengwa thata ke go thubiwa ga mantlo le madirelo ke tsona le tse ka re disang tse ditshwenya thata mme hela borukhutlhi jo bongwe bolebega bone bo le ko tlase thata.
One fatal road accident that claimed 4 lives along A12 road was registered on Boxing Day.
Mo kotsing e go ne go amega dikoloi di le pedi mma tsa modiro wa Honda Fit. Koloi nngwe ne le taxi ne tswa ko mantleng a Gaborone e tsena mo Lepolole e ne ena le bapagami ba le bane go akaretswa le mokgweetsi. Ye nngwe ne tswa mo Gaborone ke ne tswa mo Lepolole e lebile ntleng ya Gaborone mo kotsing yone batho ba le bararo ba ne ba latlhegelwa ke matshelo gone go a le mongwe la ile o na le mo taxing ba babedi le mo koloing ye nngwe mme ba bone ba siane ba ra go sebiwa go sepateleng sa Scottish Livingstone Hospital ko ene gore teng yo mo wa bona ona a hodisa go Gaborone go Marina ko ene gore le ene ka go tlhoka lesego lona tsatsi la maabane.
As the new year is about to be ushered in, residents are requested to continue displaying good behavior and to be vigilant at all times, especially while driving. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolole.
The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, has approved the maintenance of the Pula basket weights at 45% South African rand and a 55% special drawing right. The Ministry of Finance says the downward rate crawl of 1.21% per annum during 2024, in view of the favorable inflation differentials in favor of Botswana, has been maintained.
Post-COVID-19, a study was done on checks and their usage in Botswana, which discovered that if the country was to move away from checks, it would create more convenience for customers and more cost-effective ways of transacting. To ensure that there would be a smooth transition away from checks by the deadline of the 31st of this month, those responsible for implementation, including the Bankers Association of Botswana Check Sunset Project, have used a number of measures.
So what we've done over the past couple of months as the banking industry, through of course the Bank of Botswana and the Bankers Association, is we run a number of campaigns. Firstly, just doing monthly SMSs sending out letters to customers, doing email shoots to customers, just to notify them that we'll be stopping checks. Over and above that, we have been monitoring digital migration numbers across the industries just to see how many customers we've successfully been able to move from check usage into our digital platforms.
The chairperson also explained that there will be no further grace period for those still holding on to checks.
What we had done is we had actually advised all customers that checks would cease being ordered on the 30th of June this year. Then the grace period to utilize whatever check leaflets customers had started from the 1st of June until the 31st of December. So we gave customers a 6-month grace period until we shut off check usage within the country.
The public voiced out their feelings on the move.
Ke akanya gore ke tlhabologo e siameng ke diphetogo tse le gore di re siametse ke tsaya gore go nna le se le gore ba se lebeletse. I think maikerelo matona-tona ke go leka go oketsa tshireletsego ya madi ka gore it's like go ne go na le fraud e ntsi ka lebaka la tiriso ya di-check. Kana go raya gore ke go leka go somarela madinyana a re na lone go dibaitse gore batho ba se ka ba re a tsena go le motlhofu.
Kgang ya teng kana it's long overdue. Nna ga ke le gana ke le ka segwa ke batho ba Zimbabwe bogologolo 10 years ago e le gore ke bara kry check ta ba romela check ba ntha ba re check nako tshwanetse e ke ga kgama gore bone ga ba bolo go tswa mo dikganyeng tsa di-check rona re sentse re le go bona go thata ba ikutlame ke gore nna ke itumetse gore go ntse gone jalo ka gore Zimbabwe ga e bolo gore sia some 10-20 years ago bone ga ba bolo go tswa mo go tsone
gore batho ba na le bank account bone ba siame one for tiriso ya gone go mona ba thela mo bathong ba e leng gore bone ga ba bereke gotlhelele e go ba ba mo mosing yana ga ke itse gore e tla re ga ba bereka sontse go mogisiwa ka di-check ba hela ba dirwa yang.
While not everyone is in support of the move, the Bankers Association says many digital services now offered by banks will help reduce the impact, and that Botswana is ahead of Western countries like America in embracing this opportunity that is made possible by the use of technology. Solefela Tombali, BTV News, Gaborone.
Well, that story there was a reminder that the 31st of December is a deadline for the discontinuation of the use of checks. And an interview there with the chairperson of Bankers Association was on a check sunset project, Mr. Leho Ramotu Letsatsi.
For 15 consecutive years, Mr. Brooks has consistently donated food hampers to the sick at Tabong Hospital during festive season. Mr. Brooks says he does this to give patients a sense of love, respect, care and belonging as Christmas is time for sharing and giving to loved ones.
We are
here to let you know that you are not alone. We are here for you. Thank you for checking on our patients. It means a lot. Mr. Brooks was applauded for spreading joy during the holidays. We appreciate the gesture. It really shows that there are people out there who think about us. We are here to say, let the peace of God be with you always. A state-of-the-art hospital complete with medical specialists is set to be built in Zabon next year. Mr. Brooks says this will save residents time and money as they will not travel long distances to access specialized care in other towns anymore. ke o lebogela Radipotsane BTV News tsa bong.
Well, that was the Member of Parliament for Kalahari South, Mr. Sam Brooks, reminding us the importance of remembering those that are hospitalized, but also donating to Tsabong Hospital, donating to those that are also hospitalized there during this festive season. It is now time for sports with Dikgang Sevetlela. Ntebo.
Hello, Khomus.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay. Please proceed.
Thank you very much, Khomus. On now, Botswana Tonight Sports News follows with me, Dikgang Sevetlela. The Botswana National Sport Commission Chief Executive Officer, Tuelo Serufo, says despite changed and reduced national sporting associations funding allocations due to the economic aftershocks of the COVID-19 pandemic, they are pleased with how most associations have performed in this calendar year. Khomus Osfako with more.
The BNC new funding tier system, which is divided into different categories, has been a thorn in flesh for most sporting associations who felt disadvantaged as their budget were reduced.
Di financials tsa rona tsa ngwaga o hitileng o botsa le tsa ngwaga o neo wa go ithela ile re madi a ne ra netse di national sport associations mo ngwageng o hitileng le gompieno a tshwana hela ha ile gore go ntse le pharologanyo teng ke gore ha o le ko ya ka o tlhalositse gore re ba kgabagantse gane ha o le ko go ye ko tase ya bone letseno la go le hokotsegana ile gore ne re batla go keletsa ba ba go godimo letseno mme o ka gakologala gore kana gore re tse tshwetso ya gore mango mo tier 1 tier 2 jalo jalo ra be re lebeletse gore ba re thusa go le kae go hitella maitlamo a rona re lebeletse dilo tse di tshwanang bo gore mme letseno le ba le tsenyang mo lehatsheng la rona kana mo economy ya rona ke le kae ba thapa kana ba creator ditiro di le kae ba ha ba tshameke tsono ya go tshameka konte go le kae ke batswana ba le kae ba ba tseneletseng metshameko ye ke batswana ba ba tshelang kana ba bana le bogole rata ba ba leng kae ba ba le mo metshameko so ha gongwe le gongwe ha o tsamaya o neelwa matshwao e be ra kopanya ba ile gore ba scorile go godimo ke bona ba batho ba iphitlhela ba le go bona bo tier 1 kana tier 2.
Rufo said despite all these challenges, most associations have done better and performed above expectations.
Ha o tsaya di code tsa rona tsa tier 1 ke Botswana Football Association e leng gore ra itse gore ha go ta mo go direng ditiro kana go thama ditiro ke bona ba ba kopele mme gape ra itse gore ke one motshameko o tshamekiwang ke batswana ba le bantsi go heta ye mengwe bone ke tsa gore ba ntse ba tsweletse ga ra bona gongwe kolo tlase ka bone bo ditiro le tse dingwe tse di harologaneng of course re lemoga dikgwetlho tse ba ntse le tsone gongwe ya ka go struggle go bona barotoetsi ba di-league tsa bo Premier League le sekai dikgwetlho obviously tsa di national team tsa di sport tse dingwe gongwe di struggle go kgona go tswela konte di a go phadisana le ba bangwe mme re bone diphitlhelelo ke tsa gore di tshwana le di kae go tshwana le ya bo le Tsiletebogo mona re bona ta tshwere di etseletse pedi bronze le silver le santa re bona go iragala mo Botswana bo mess ba ile gore ba ne ba qualify gape la bobedi go ka iponna phata ko WAFCON ya ngwaga o tang re bone di national sport associations tse di tshwanang bo cricket bo Botswana table tennis association le tse dingwe di tsweletse ka go tshegetsa metshameko ya mahatshehatse.
Botswana National Sport Commission and its national sporting associations recently convened the 2023 BNSC annual general meeting where they were able to appreciate and deliberate on the 2022-2023 BNSC annual report. At the moment, the BNSC has over 40 member associates under its wing. BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And now, Security Systems Deputy Vice Chairperson, Citizen Nem, says he's unhappy with the team's performance so far in the Botswana Premier League as they are 5th on the log standings after 11 games. Victoria Dikgang compiled this report.
Citizen explained that they will consider all to be well only if the team moves up to the summit of the log, adding that they aim to come back in full force next year, as they will also have a chance to beef up their squad when the transfer window opens.
Gompieno re tshwere go the mme kana o itse gore na le chance ya go beef up our squad ka January ka the transfer mini window. Jaanong ke ba bolela gore Security Systems this year we are ready to fight all the way. We are a small team, but our heart is very big.
Our target is very simple. Is to challenge for anything that is on offer. We haven't changed anything. If that opportunity presents itself, we will take it. But we are a team that we want to grow each and every game. We are going to a break, yes. We have our own way of doing things. The players, they are aware that they are not supposed to play Christmas games.
Di tswelle di re support di tle di gaming di re tletse gore khone go dira sentle re thata ka bone.
In other issues, they advise footballers across all clubs to refrain from competing in Christmas tournaments, as it can result in unnecessary injuries that can affect their team's performances.
Don't get involved in these social football games over the festive season. Lona tsama lo go supporta hela le kore it's now take a new role ya go nna supporters rather than being active players during the festive season kana go the social games. It won't really help you grow as footballers.
After playing their last game of the year with Gaborone United, where they lost 3-2, the Alarm Boys are still on position 5 with 19 points they accumulated from 6 wins, 1 draw and 4 losses from 11 games. Victoria Dikgang, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And lastly, Nswazi and Makuda residents celebrated their Christmas Day with the Eken Tolo bicycle race competition. The race is an annual event that started in 2012 and is said to have grown in numbers of participants and spectators. Faith Detete reports.
Bicycle race is highly recommended, recognized as a unique sporting activity that can promote sports tourism in the country. The wish is for the event to grow beyond the 2 villages.
Botswana Tourism Organization bana ba supa hore ba itumela thata hore re be rena le event ye mo motseng kore ke le lemoke ke le bolelele hore event ye ke nngwe ya di event e bidiwang go tis sports tourism kana tourism in sports. Gona le bo Dombo Shaba cultural what gona le bo Dithubaruba gona le mme rona ka kwano re dirile mo go unique mo ileng gore ba gwata re batla gore next year event ye will be bigger than this. Re batla event ye ne tuna fitness tourism. So re batla gore next year iska na bana ba Nswazi hela gonne le ba tutume maitengo le ba tswang go dikgaolong tse dingwe ya ka bona beng ba dikgaolong tse dingwe ba tile go kopa ke kopa le kitele le gofe gore yana dikgaolo tse dingwe di bone gore chingonyana cho singikala nthaeja.
The competition does not only mean winning prizes, it incorporates the promotion of fitness, a recipe for good health, as well as keeping the youth, not exempting the elderly, away from crime and mischievous behavior.
Homore go dira mo jaaka ke buile a se kgang ya gore le go wina di bicycle kana le wine mo go winwang go dira jalo le gone lo ya itshidila mebele a lona le sala le mo botsogo jo bo siameng ke gone ka mo rona ba dingwaga tse di ko tase no wana o kongwa ko tungaenda iyo 3 kilometers ne makumbo ngono ngalingila buzwazi go makula no bona pano ndoti batani makajalo ba bata morago ba dingwaga tse di ko tase a re tse malebela mo batsadi jwa rona go bona motsadi wa dingwaga tse 73 a santse a khona go tshova bicycle wena yo le gore dingwaga tse go tase iputsa gore wena wa go dira jang gore goroge mo dingwageng tse 73.
ka lo leboga banyadi ba tsatsile thata lo itike kana alunna lo dira yalo Mosirila mibili. Mosirila mibili yenyu kuti musongotishirikwa nemakuwa kwazo. Toziva kuti makuwa akati ambala ngono amunzi mulabuka mujali khandile mosirila mibili.
Hayi liku labuka kwedu nemabhayisikili kwatishadisa mikumbulo yetu hakutoti gwaza kene wasiwa kene uzosiwa twana takashata koka ndorutwetsa vakwinya vedu nevachechana kuti gwelele linosha muve vanjinji kuti mukudze nzi wenyu nekuti hamusanjalo nzi wenyu ngakule.
The prizes won varied from a brand new bicycle for the first prize. 500 pula was awarded to the second prize recipient and 300 pula for the third prize. Other participants were also consolated with a prize. The 17-kilometer race had 29 participants from both genders, aged 18 years to over 70 years old participants. This was done to do away with the notions surrounding elders and sports participation, as well as motivating the young to learn from their elders. Faithy, DTT, BTV Sports, Nswazi Makuta.
From Botswana Tonight Sports Desk, that was all we had for you this hour. Until we meet again tomorrow, please do stay safe. Now back to Khomoso.
That looked like an interesting race, the Ekentolo race.
You know, I'm very surprised. Old people racing, you know, strength. They need, you need your calf to be very.
You'd be surprised how much strength they have as opposed to us, the food we eat. Whenever you
talk, but I think this trend of seeing old people riding bicycles I've also seen in Zambia, like old women. You've seen them just, you know, it's normal.
Thank you so much, Ntebu. Until we meet again tomorrow, have yourself a fantastic evening, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Khomoso. Do have yourself a great night.
Thank you so much. That was Ntebu giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. 25 people have so far lost their lives on road accidents. The Pula external value has been maintained against major foreign currencies. And some sports associations for good governance. That's all that we had for you this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast. I'm Proud Victoria Khosiame. Let's start off by looking at rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m. We have 60 millimeters at Semolale Primary School, 30 at Tobani Crops, 20 millimeters at Shashamoke Primary School, 16 at Robelela Primary School and Bobonong Police, 12 millimeters at Mandriane Primary School, 11 millimeters at Olifantsdorp Police, 9 at Metimantla Khotla, 5 at Gambule Primary School and Sepako Wildlife Camp, and 1 millimeter at Tabong Med Station. Looking at tonight's satellite images showing some partly cloudy conditions to cloudy conditions over some areas of Botswana. For tomorrow, we're expecting similar conditions to today, that is mostly cloudy conditions countrywide with scattered thunder showers over Kalahari and isolated thunder showers elsewhere. We're also expecting fresh to strong winds of around 26 to 41 kilometers per hour. In the morning, some mild temperatures of around 15 over Pandamatenga and Francistown, and warm temperatures countrywide of around 16 over the southern southeast Gauteng, Kwening and southern central, 18 over parts of Ngamile, Khanti and Kalahari, 19 over Veda. In the afternoon, some mild temperatures over southern central and northeast, ranging between 24 over Francistown to 26 over Mahalape. But for the rest of the area, we're mostly expecting warm temperatures of around 27 over the southern southeast Gauteng and Kwening to 32 over parts of Ngamiland and Khanti. Going into the weekend, we're over the southern, southeast Gauteng and Kweneng. We're expecting some cloudy conditions with isolated thunder showers, warm temperatures of around 27 to 32 degrees Celsius. For Hansi and Kalahadi, cloudy conditions as well with isolated thunder showers, but warm temperatures of around 29 to 32 degrees Celsius. For Ngamiland, we're expecting some cloudy conditions with isolated thunder showers, but for Chobe, only cloudy conditions are expected. Temperature-wise, we're expecting 28 to 32 degrees Celsius. For Central and Northeast, we're expecting cloudy conditions over the weekend with mild temperatures on Saturday of around 25 to 26 degrees Celsius, but on Sunday, warm temperatures of around 28 to 31 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.
Mogolwane go tswa ko Botswana Entertainment and Promoters Association Gilbert Sagile a re bodiragatsi mo nakong ya malatsi a boitapoloso a botsalo ja morena